কথা নাই, তার কাছে তুমি যেও না, যারে মুখ হেরি ভুলে যাবে হরি, তারে মুখ পানে চেও না, তারে মুখ পানে চেও না। কদিন রহিবে ভব মাঝে আর, অবিলম্বে করো যাহা করিবার, পরের কথায় কিবা আসে যায়, পরের কথায় কিবা আসে যায়, মিছে দাগা তুমি পেও না, মিছে দাগা তুমি পেও না। কে তোমাকে কবে কি কথা কহিবে, সে কথা ভাবিলে আর কি চলিবে, কে তোমাকে কবে কি কথা কহিবে, সে কথা ভাবিলে আর কি চলিবে, বিপদে সম্পদে রাখিবে যে পদে, বিপদে সম্পদে রাখিবে যে পদে, তার পদ কেন ভাবনা, তার পদ কেন ভাবনা। হরি কথা কও, হরি গুণ গাও, হরি নাম রসে সদা মত্ত হও, হরি কথা কও, হরি গুণ গাও, হরি নাম রসে সদা মত্ত হও, হরি নাম গীতি গাও নীতি নীতি, হরি নাম গীতি গাও নীতি নীতি, অন্য কোন গীতি গেও না, অন্য কোন গীতি গেও না। যার মুখে ভাই হরি কথা নাই, তার কাছে তুমি যেও না, যার মুখ হেরি ভুলে যাবে হরি, তার মুখ পানে চেও না, তার মুখ পানে চেও না। হরে কৃষ্ণ হরে কৃষ্ণ, কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ হরে হরে, হরে রাম হরে রাম, রাম রাম হরে হরে। হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম হরে রাম, রাম রাম হরে হরে। হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে হরে, হরে রাম হরে রাম, রাম রাম হরে হরে। হরে কৃষ্ণ।
Hari Bol, Mataji. Hari Bol. Thank you very much, Mataji. I'll translate the the bhajan. Oh brother, whose mouth does not speak Hari, don't go with him. Whose face will make you forget Hari, don't look him in the face. How long will it be in the future? Do what you have to immediately. Who cares? You don't bring lies. Who will tell you when? What else will happen if you think about it? In the position that will put wealth in danger. Why not think about his position? Speak Hari, sing glorious of Hari, always be intoxicated by the name of Hari. Harinam Giti, Gao, Niti Niti. So no other song. Whose mouth does not speak Hari, don't go with him. Whose face will make you forget Hari, don't look at his face. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
word up.
Jaya Panchatattva Jaya Panchatattva Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Jaya Gurudeva Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Jai Jai Shri Radha Madhava ki Jai, Shri Gopal ki Jai, Shri Gurudev ki Jai. Hare Krishna Vivek Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So Mataji said that we can continue till 8:50. So any other devotee can do a small kirtan for 5 minutes would be great. By that time Mataji will join. Anyone in this audience can do the 5-minute kirtan?
It will be great.
Any devotee would like to do a small kirtan for 5 minutes? Please raise your hand or speak up.
Do it for 5 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, Madhu Mataji. Please continue.
Thank you, Mataji.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Mataji. Thank you. Hari
Hari
Bol.
Bol.
Krishna Mataji. Dhanyavad pranam Mataji.
Dandavats. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Madhu Mataji, for the wonderful Kirtan. Thank you, Litan Prabhu, for coordinating this session.
Thank you, Mataji.
Sorry we are a bit late today, but we will start now. We'll offer our prayers. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So we will read the verse today. So we will read this particular verse. We are reading the 17th chapter of Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is the Lord's travel to Vrindavan. And we will see today from last week we discussed how when the Lord entered, we sang the song also Dole Dole Gorachan, where we saw how the creepers, the trees, the deers, the parrots, the peacocks, everyone were greeting the Lord with so much of love. So we see here how the Lord reciprocates to the love of his devotees. So let's see this verse today, and further on we will be concluding the chapter, completing the chapter today with the conversation of the two parrots, Sukha and Sari. Okay, so reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela, chapter 17, verse 203. Okay. Tasabara priti deki Prabhu bhavaveshe Sabasane krida kare Hanataravase. Seeing their affection, the Lord was moved by ecstatic love. He began to sport with them exactly as a friend sports with his friends. Thus, he voluntarily came under the control of his friends. Okay, so what happens here is that when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu saw that all the moving and the non-moving things in Vrindavan, they were so ecstatic, with so much of ecstasy, greeting him, the Lord was so much moved by their love. So the Lord also started reciprocating to their love. And what did he do? So the Lord started, embracing all the trees and the creepers, in Vrindavan. He started reciprocating to the love by embracing all the trees and the creepers. And then the Lord and then the trees and the creepers, they started reciprocating to the Lord by even more becoming more ecstatic, and the tears were flowing from their eyes. So in that way, there was a great exchange of love happening between these trees and Mahaprabhu. And then also the Lord started, embracing the neck, the deer. He touched the deer's neck and he embraced them. And the deers got so ecstatic and they started shedding tears, and they were crying in ecstasy. So like that, we see how, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, right? Ye yatamam prapatyante tam sataiva bhajamyaham. As you surrender, I will reward accordingly. So we see here how the Lord also reciprocates to the love of his devotees. How much we, come forward, or how much we surrender, or how much we have the love, that much the Lord also reciprocates. And the Lord is residing in everyone's heart as Paramatma. So even if someone is not recognizing one's devotion, but the Lord certainly reciprocates to our devotion, because He is in everyone's heart as Paramatma. He's witnessing everything, and He's seeing what this soul, the conditioned soul, is desiring, and what this conditioned soul, how much the conditioned soul is loving me. So that is a beauty, of this prema, that certainly there is a lot of reciprocation. So we can learn a lot of things here. So before that, I will offer my pranams to all the acharyas. We will take their blessings. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakya Chakshurunmilitamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Lankayate Kirimit Kripatamaham Vande Shri Gurum Tinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Presaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sati Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Antakoti Vaishnavendra Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Chaitamrita Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So here we see a very interesting point, that generally, when devotees ask, we say that, oh, how the Lord reciprocates, to us. Sometimes we say that, oh, I got a dream of the Lord, or how I wanted to do something and how the Lord reciprocated to me. So always, the point of discussion would be what reciprocation I received from the Lord. Interestingly, the acharyas are saying that, yes, that is very important, what reciprocation you are receiving. And it is, it certainly enlivens us, it certainly enriches our faith. At the same time, it is so important that, we need to see how I can reciprocate to the Lord. It is not always what the Lord reciprocates or what I receive from the Lord, but it is so important to see how I can reciprocate to the love of the Lord, how I can reciprocate to the love of the spiritual teachers, how I can reciprocate to the love of the Vaishnavas. So it is the other side also. So here we see how Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is personally, it is not just he received the love from all the residents of Vrindavan, but he is seeing how I can reciprocate his love. That is the mood of the Lord all the time. We can see in all the pastimes throughout in Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, name any Puranas, we see that the Lord is not just the receiver, he is always a giver. How much ever the devotee gives, the Lord always gives something extra. And we see here as well, it's not that the Lord saw how much the love these residents are giving, but the Lord saw how he can give. And he see how beautifully he reciprocates by embracing the deers, by embracing the trees, by embracing the creepers. So amazing. So every non-moving and moving things in Vrindavan were so much, touched by the Lord's love. And even the trees and the creepers, they were, crying out and calling out Krishna, Krishna. When the Lord said, chant Krishna's name, so it's not just, human beings, it is the animals, it's the trees, it's all this, every, single entity in Vrindavan, they were calling out the Lord's name, chanting the Lord's name in great ecstasy. So, in that way, there was a great loving reciprocation happening between the Lord and all this wonderful, devotees in Vrindavan. So then two birds, the Sukha and the Sari, came. As we all know, we saw Srimati Radharani has got a lot of pets, special transcendental pets, not the pets. Generally pets mean something who, they are very dear to us. But these pets are the pets of Srimati Radharani. That means they are the dear ones of Srimati Radharani. So in that, one of those, two of those pets are the Sukha and Sari. The Sukha is a male parrot, and the Sukha is it's not a normal parrot, it's a transcendental parrot of Srimati Radharani, and this Sukha only came down, to give this greatest nectar of Srimad Bhagavatam, Sukadeva Goswami. So the Sukha Pakshi, the male parrot, and the Sari, also called Sarika, the female parrot, the pet of Srimati Radharani, they both are having a conversation. Of course, the Sukha is glorifying Krishna's transcendental qualities, and the Sari is glorifying Srimati Radharani's qualities. So what is that Sukha is talking about? So this is given in the book called Govinda Lilamrita. The Sukha is glorifying Krishna's, all those wonderful qualities. In that, beauty stands on the top. As we know that Krishna is, the very name Krishna means all attractive. All attractive. And then we see Bhagavan, Bhagavan means one who possesses all the bhagas, all the opulences, all the Aishwaryas. And in one of those Aishwarya, we all know that is beauty, strength, wealth, knowledge, fame, and renunciation, right? So here we see that Krishna's beauty is so much glorified. And the Sukha Pakshi is telling how Krishna's beauty is so, everyone is attracted to Krishna's beauty. Shyama Sundara, he's called Shyama Sundara, he's a blackish, the beautiful one. So it is mentioned that how he attracts everyone, including the gopis. Sukha Pakshi is telling. And then Krishna's pastimes, not just his form is very beautiful, a very beautiful form with the blackish rain cloud, the color of a blackish rain cloud. And his eyes are like lotus petals extending to the ears. And every limbs of Krishna is so attractive. And we know that when Krishna himself gets attracted to his beauty, right? When he looks at his form, oh, who is this bluish black boy who looks so beautiful? So the beauty of Krishna enchants even Krishna himself. The Saundarya, the beauty, that is the beauty of Krishna. And we have the song Adaram, Maduram, Badaram. Everything about Krishna is very sweet. Lips are sweet, eyes are sweet, his singing is sweet, everything about Krishna is sweet. Madhurashtakam. So the Sukha, the parrot, the male parrot is, glorifying Krishna's beauty. And Krishna's pastime, who is not attracted by Krishna's pastimes? Right from childhood pastimes. And Krishna, you see that he has got all the pastimes, childhood pastimes, and then, Vrindavan pastimes, where he sported with all the cowherd boys and the gopis and the gopas. And then Krishna goes to Mathura, and then, Dwaraka, the pastimes in Dwaraka. So all these leelas, and every leela is so attractive. And then Krishna's strength. How Krishna's strength, when we talk about Krishna's strength, how Krishna lifted the Govardhan hill with his little finger. When he was even a very little young, small boy. So Krishna's strength is immeasurable. So the Sukha Pakshi is telling Krishna is very, very powerful, strong. And qualities, his qualities are spotless and unlimited qualities, Krishna's qualities. And how we know this past time, we saw the Sukadeva Goswami, when he heard Krishna is not just beautiful externally, Krishna is beautiful, inside, his heart is so beautiful. And he narrates this with, the pastime of how, he gave the position of mother even to the demonic, the demonesses, the Putana, who came to give poison, even to a person who is coming with a very bad, ill motives to come with the mood of killing. Krishna gives that person not just liberation, but gives a very, very elevated position. A little thing you do, Krishna sees that, he zooms in and see the wonderful thing. That is the Lord. Even though we are full of fault, but if we do a little wonderful thing, Krishna takes that into account and gives us unlimited blessings. Swalpam apiyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Krishna says, even a little thing you do, then you do not have to fear the great danger of coming down in the animal species. So that is the mercy of Krishna. The Bakasura's sister Putana, got such an elevated position. What to speak about the devotee who gives himself? The Sukha parrot is glorifying Krishna's spotless and unlimited qualities. And then Krishna's behavior satisfies everyone. Very, Krishna knows how to, even though he's the supreme personality of Godhead, yet when he appeared in this material world, Krishna related to each one according to their age, their position. He gave them the due respect. Even when the Pandavas, Krishna will see Yudhishthira Maharaj is elder to his age. So Krishna will go and touch his feet, even though Yudhishthira Maharaj is a devotee of Krishna. So with the equals, Krishna will embrace, and for the juniors, he will bless them. So Krishna followed that etiquette, and by his behavior, he satisfied everyone. And when the great yajna was happening in the Rajasuya sacrifice, Krishna, even though the Lord, Supreme Lord himself, and even though he has to be given all the respect and all the special attention to be given to him, Krishna also chose to do. He said that I also want to do some service, and Krishna did the very menial service of receiving, putting all the shoes, receiving all the guests and taking their shoes and putting it in order. Why Krishna has to do this? That is the mood of Krishna, and when he appeared, the Lord actually perfectly, every role he performed to, his perfection. So Krishna's behavior, he satisfied everybody. And when he was doing that menial service, he did not see who is the enemy, who is the friend, because for that yajna, everyone sacrificed, everyone came, even a person like Duryodhana and all his the envious party, they also came. But Krishna even took their slippers and kept it. So very, very mercifully, he took the role of a chariot driver, which is a very menial service, but Krishna did it. So like that, we see the entire pastime of Krishna, how the Lord satisfied everyone with his behavior. So that Krishna is our Lord. So the male parrot is with so much of pride is telling, you know what, our Krishna is so great. His beauty is great. His qualities are great. His behavior is so wonderful, so perfect. So like that, the Sukha is glorifying. And glorifying Krishna, his glorification is beneficial to everyone. If anyone is glorifying Krishna, it is not that, oh, Krishna gets glorified, but the person who glorifies gets all the benefits. That Krishna is the attractor of the whole world. And he maintains the entire universe. Not just attracting, he maintains the entire universe. So like this, the male parrot is glorifying. Immediately, Sari is telling, oh, wait a minute. Our Srimati Radharani, she is very great. How she is great? It's saying that Radharani's affection, the bhakti of Srimati Radharani, her love, her beauty, her behavior, her artistic dancing and singing attracts even Krishna. Okay, Krishna may attract the whole world, no problem. But that Krishna is attracted by the devotion and by the behavior and by the beautiful qualities of Srimati Radharani. And she is our mistress, So the Sari feels more proud. You see, okay, your Krishna is great, but you see, our Radharani is greater than your Krishna because she attracts even that Krishna, Krishna attracts everyone in the universe, and our Radharani attracts that Krishna. So we are so proud that, our mistress is Srimati Radharani. And then even the Sukha starts telling, now, okay, our Krishna is carrying a flute, Venudari. Krishna is called Venudari, one who holds a flute. That's why this beautiful, prayers of, Krishna's flute. Is very, very famous, that song. So he carries the flute and he enchants everyone. And because Krishna has got a different note, to call the cows, he has a very special melody. And to call the gopis, he has got a very special melody. So like that, he attracts and even to the devatas, they get also attracted. So Krishna attracts everyone by playing the flute. And then even the gopis, they get enchanted by hearing Krishna's flute. They drop everything and then they run, Venu Gita. If you read Venu Gita, it is in Srimad Bhagavatam. We see that how when Krishna actually played the flute, especially, addressing to the gopis, which the gopis know, they dropped everything and then they ran, towards Krishna. So Sukha is telling, the parrot Sukha is telling, that is our Krishna, that he attracts everybody by singing the flute. And then what is Sari is telling? Okay, your Krishna is Madana Mohana, he attracts a Cupid, but our Radharani attracts even Krishna. So Madana Mohana Mohini. Even Krishna's flute falls down when he sees Radharani. So we remember this pastime that when Krishna leaves the rasa dance and goes, and then afterwards he comes as in the four-handed form. The gopis all go to Vishnu and ask, where is our Krishna? But when the same Krishna saw in the form of a Vishnu, when he sees Srimati Radharani, then all these other hands disappear and Krishna comes back to his original form as Shyama Sundara. That is the power of Srimati Radharani. So like that, the Sukha and Sari are having a very sweet, sweet quarrel, that who is great. So like that, they both are very nicely, and they are sitting on the hand of, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they are exchanging these beautiful dialogues. And Mahaprabhu is relishing this beautiful talk of Sukha and Sari. Then later the Sukha Sari, they will flew back into the tree. And then now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is seeing a peacock. And we know the peacock has this very beautiful color, right? The bluish neck of the very special bluish color, in the neck of the peacock. When Mahaprabhu sees this bluish color, he becomes mad. He remembers Krishna. Because as we know, Krishna is Shyama Sundara. He remembers Krishna, and his love, gets, overwhelming love. Mahaprabhu falls into the ground. And then what happens? Balabhadra Bhattacharya and the Brahmana who is actually assisting Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, both of them are running towards Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and they are sprinkling water, over his body. And then, they fanned him, and then they, chanted Krishna's name on the ears of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came back to his senses, again he started, rolling on the ground. And in the ground, there was so much of thorns and everything. So the sharp thorns were injuring the body of Mahaprabhu, because he was in prema vesha, he was in complete ecstasy. He was just, not carrying where he is. And he was, he didn't realize that he's getting, he's injured. And then immediately Balabhadra Bhattacharya and the Brahmana picked up Mahaprabhu and put him on their lap. And then they are pacifying Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So then what happens? The Lord was in complete ecstasy. And then he stood up and then he started chanting, the holy name. And then he began to dance. And the Balabhadra Bhattacharya and the Brahmana started chanting Krishna's name. Then the Lord dancing proceeded. Then everyone was astounded, seeing this ecstatic love of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And very beautifully, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is mentioning, we can understand the power of this Vrindavan, how much Vrindavan is so dear to Mahaprabhu. When Mahaprabhu was in Jagannath Puri, he was in ecstasy. When he was on his way to Vrindavan, that ecstasy, it is mentioned that ecstasy increased 100 times. And when he visited Mathura, the ecstasy increased 1,000 times. And when Mahaprabhu reached Vrindavan, that ecstasy increased 100,000 times. So in Jagannath Puri, already he was in great ecstasy. The moment he started his journey to Vrindavan, it increased 100 times. When he reached Mathura, it increased 1,000 times. And when he actually reached Vrindavan, the ecstasy increased 100,000 times. So here Kaviraj Goswami is saying the very name of Vrindavan is sufficient to increase the ecstatic love of Mahaprabhu.
यहाँ तक बात हुई।
Name,
अब बात
the
क्या
very
हुई?
name
अब क्या
Vrindavan
तुम्हें जाके बोले तो क्या बोला कि
is
no, she said
enough to
it's not
increase
possible.
the ecstasy. Nowhere we could see that ecstasy.
डॉक्टर है वो।
His mind was in complete ecstasy day and night.
He's not a manager, he's a
And
doctor.
he
Fine.
only bathed, he bathed all the
तो ये तो कहा तो उस वक्त पहली बार बोला कि हम इसके अंदर ही लोकल में कर लेंगे, तो उसको बोलने का क्या था मतलब?
Haribol. Okay, so somewhere some ecstasy is going on. Okay, so we can see that the ecstasy of Mahaprabhu was increasing day and day and night. It is increasing. All other things like eating, sleeping, and all that he's just doing, as a matter of duty. But the Lord, when he was in Vrindavan, he was totally in a different, that ecstasy multiplied several times. So here Kaviraj Goswami is saying the very name Vrindavan is enough for Mahaprabhu to become, more ecstatic. And he says this was a description of the ecstatic love manifested by the Lord in just one place of Vrindavan. To describe what he experienced everywhere would be impossible to describe. Even Lord Ananta Sesh, with millions of Lord Ananta writes millions of books to elaborately describe the Lord's ecstasy in Vrindavan, and yet he cannot describe even a fragment of this pastimes. So we can understand if Ananta Sesh with his thousands and thousands of mouths cannot glorify the Lord's glories, where do we stand? Even a fragment of this pastime he cannot describe. I, Kaviraj Goswami, am simply pointing out the direction. The whole world became merged in the inundation of the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. One can swim in that water to the extent that he has the strength. So Kaviraj Goswami very humbly says that I cannot describe. If Ananta Sesha cannot describe, what can I describe? So we can see here, in this pastime, how dear is Vrindavan. Why Vrindavan is so dear? Because of the dear devotees in Vrindavan, because it is the abode of Srimati Radharani and is the abode of all the Brajavasis who are full of love. And we see there is a competition happening. So the Lord shows so much love, and they so much love. And then seeing their love, the Lord's love increases. Seeing the Lord's love increase, their love, the devotees' love increases multitude times. So this is a competition of love happening in Vrindavan Dham. That's why this Dham is so special, so dear, to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And we see Lord Jagannath, the form of Lord Jagannath is in that mood of what is this form of Jagannath? We all know this pastime that when Krishna was in Dwarka, with all the queens, all the queens were very much surprised, because Krishna is all the time in the sleep. Also, he's calling out Radharani's name, and in the sleep he's calling out Gopi's name. So all the queens were surprised. We are taking care of Krishna so nicely. Even the maid servants are not allowing the maid servants to come and do the service. They are personally serving the Lord. As we know in the Brahma Samhita, it is mentioned, right? Chinta mani prakara sadma shukalpa vriksha laksha briteshu surabira bipalayantam lakshmi sahasra sata sambrama sevyamanam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Lakshmi sahasra sata sambrama sevyamanam. Sahasra Lakshmis are serving the Lord in the spiritual world. And in Dwaraka also 16,108 queens. Everyone is serving with the minute to the details. They are serving the Lord. But yet the Lord is calling out Srimati Radharani and the Gopi's name. So they were very surprised. What is so great about this Vrindavan Dham? All the time he's remembering the Gopas, Gopis, So they wanted to know what is this Mahima, what is this glory of this Vrajadam. So then, Rohini Mata, they all approached Balaram's mother, Rohini Mata. And Rohini Mata is saying, yes, I will tell you what is so great about this Vrindavan. But there is a condition. If Krishna listens to this pastimes, or Krishna listens to his childhood pastimes, or anything about Vrindavan, then he will leave Dwaraka and he will go to Vrindavan. So what shall we do? So we have to keep someone as a security guard, so that that person will stop Krishna and Balaram from hearing, so that we are not we are not continuing our pastime. We will stop as soon as Krishna and Balaram comes. Okay, this is a nice proposal. So whom shall we keep as a guard? So they are thinking, okay, they selected Subhadra Maharani. Okay, Subhadra Devi, okay, you stand outside and you watch out that if Krishna and Balaram are coming, give us a signal. Okay, so Subhadra goes out and she stands in the front, and inside Mother Rohini is beautifully narrating the pastimes of Krishna and Balaram and the childhood pastimes in Vrindavan Dham. So when this was happening, they were in ecstasy narrating the pastimes. So Subhadra Devi, who is there outside, Subhadra Maya, she is listening. She became so ecstatic. When sometimes we hear something so wonderful or so nice, and we get, so ecstatic, like in the sense we hear, and it is, it gives us so much of enthusiasm, or we feel so happy about it, we get excited. When we get excited, the hands goes inside automatically, right? It withdraws inside, and then our eyes become big. So that's what happened to Subhadra when she heard the beautiful pastimes of Vrindavan, remembering Mother Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj, and all the Gopis. Subhadra became so ecstatic, and her hands went inside. The eyelids opened up like that. The whole body transformed. Then what happened? She forgot, her duty of guarding. And then what happened? Krishna and Balaram came that moment, and she didn't notice. She got so completely absorbed in hearing these pastimes. And when they said, what happened to Subhadra? And so they started putting their ears and listening to what's happening inside. And when they heard the pastimes of, Vrindavan, Krishna and Balaram also became ecstatic, and their limbs went inside. The eyes got dilated, and all these ecstatic transformations happened. And that is the form of Jagannath, Baladev, and Subhadra, we see. So this is a form, Krishna, when he becomes ecstatic in his Mahabhav, or when he is in complete prema, the prema to the highest, topmost position or topmost level, that is the form of Jagannath. A form which is longing for that love of their Brajavasis. That is why it's a Braja Prem, which is so very rare to get it anywhere else. And Krishna longs for that love. So that is a love, that is a form of Jagannath in complete love, in complete ecstasy, in complete separation from his dear devotees of Vrindavan. So we can try to understand how this form of Jagannath is such a very enchanting and sweet form. A form, an embodiment of love, an embodiment of complete ecstasy, a form which is meditating on the love of his devotees. So that is the form of Lord Jagannath. So that's why we see, even though Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the same Lord, Jai Gaur, Sai Krishna, Sai Jagannath, he stayed in Jagannath Puri for that many years. Here, Krishna, in the mood of Krishna, that is Jagannath, is looking at Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna in the mood of Srimati Radharani. So that's a very transcendental, ecstatic emotions happening there. So that's why this form, very, very enchanting form. The mood of Vrindavana is so dear to the Lord. That's why Lord Jagannath is sitting in Jagannath Puri, but his heart is in Vrindavan Dham. So very nicely, one devotee was saying, the form of Lord Jagannath, the Lord of the universe, a very majestic form. So they dress Lord Jagannath like a ruler, like a king, like, all opulence, like Dwaraka, the mood of opulence. But the mood of the Lord is in Vrindavan, the mood of the Vrajavasis, Vraja Prema, always thinking of the Vraja Gopis and the devotees in Vrindavan Dham. So we recently had such a wonderful festival, Lord Jagannath's appearance anniversary. We could see that how all the devotees got so much attracted serving Lord Jagannath. 3 days festival, it looked like so amazing. Everyone was coming and offering beautiful offerings, bhoga offerings. Some offered very, very nice things. Some made some handmade crafts, some handmade gift for Lord Jagannath. Very touching, very personal. We could see even the children wrote so many beautiful poems and cards, and some of them who came here has dropped those nice cards, to Lord Jagannath, and some nice gifts for Jagannath. So much of love we could see that, so attractive, so enchanting form, the Jagannath form. And we see that Lord Jagannath, so many pastimes he has performed, and when we keep hearing these pastimes, we see that how reciprocative, because that form of Jagannath is full of love. So if anyone comes with love and offers something, he immediately melts, finished. Jagannath doesn't wait. He's not a waiting Lord, that you do, I will reciprocate after some time. He reciprocates instantly. Instantly he reciprocates. That is Lord Jagannath. And that form is such a form of love. It is basically a form of love. Krishna in highest ecstasy. So I was just thinking that, there may be a few pastimes of Jagannath we can share. How wonderful Jagannath reciprocates to his devotees. So that is why this form, just like we say, Lord Nrsimhadev instantly reciprocates, and it is a form of protection, right? Lord Nrsimhadev is a form of protection. Chaitanya, in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, full of compassion, magnanimous, Audarya Dama. Mayapur is called Audarya Dham, full of compassion, very magnanimous. And in the form of Lord Jagannath is full of ecstasy and love. So if we approach Jagannath with any loving feelings and offer even a little service, the Lord reciprocates immediately. So before we go to the pastime, this is also a very important point we take, that how much the Lord reciprocates. The Lord has been reciprocating for us for so many years, not just in this body, but for the many species we have taken, the Lord has always reciprocated. So we got this very rare human form of life. Now we need to see how I can reciprocate to all the love which he has showered on this different species of life which I have crossed. Because I didn't know what love he showered upon me and what I did in my previous life. But now at least I know I have a human body. I know that he's full of love, and I know he's reciprocating. At least now we should start thinking that how can I reciprocate to his love? Not just receive love, but to give love. How can I do service? What I can do for him? How can I thank him? How can I be grateful to him? What seva I can do for him? So the mood should be other way. That's why very nicely Srila Prabhupada mentioned, generally in the material world, people want to see God as a father and think themselves as a children. Yes, that is true in one sense. But Srila Prabhupada says that's not a very high mood, because if you think God as a father, what a child will ask from the father, I want this, daddy, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that, always demanding. And the father becomes responsible, and he has to all the time see, oh, the child is protected, or the child is taken care of, what the child wants. So the father has a greater responsibility, and the child is carefree, and the child is in the receiving end. But Srila Prabhupada says, no, that should not be our mood. Our mood is, we become the father of God. In the sense we see, he is taken care of, he's he's given boga for the breakfast, he's given boga for the dinner, he's wearing a nice outfit. Just like Mother Yashoda, she was always carrying for Krishna. Is Krishna is protected, Krishna is, that's the mood. Of course we cannot imitate those devotees, but following in their footsteps, our mood should be what I can offer for Krishna, not what I get from Krishna all the time. Yes, of course, that is always there. Whether we ask or no asking, Krishna is going to provide. Because ultimately he is a controller, proprietor, well-wisher. We all know that. But because we have got this rare chance for us in an opportunity to reciprocate to his love, when the trees, we can take this very wonderful example from how the trees and creepers are thinking, how can I offer love to Mahaprabhu? The deers are thinking, how I can, they start licking the body of Mahaprabhu. And even, we see that every moving and non-moving are trying to reciprocate to the love of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is a very great opportunity for us to see in that mood. And that's the way we can progress in our bhakti, of what I can give to the Lord. How can I dress him nicely? How can I feed him nicely? How I can serve him nicely? So that is the very beautiful meditation we can take from this pastime. And we see Lord Jagannath is full of love. And then there was one pastime coming to my mind, is that, if in Jagannath Puri we see that, there is a place where Vidura was actually staying and serving the Lord. And we know that, when Krishna's pastime was happening, and when Duryodhana, when the Lord himself went as a messenger, right, give at least five villages. You can't give anything, at least give 5 villages to the Pandavas. But Duryodhana, as we know, he was not ready to, give anything for the Pandavas. When this kind of conversations and many, things were happening, that time Krishna stayed in the house of Vidura. And Vidura, we all know that he was very poor. He did not have anything big to offer. And he only offered Krishna the broken rice with some spinach, broken rice cake with spinach. And Krishna was so pleased eating that simple offering. But because that simple offering was filled with so much of love and devotion, Krishna was relishing that broken rice and spinach offered by Vidura. And when Vidura understood that the Lord is in Jagannath Puri, in Kali Yuga, as Patita Pavana Jagannath, he thought, I should also come down and offer something for the Lord. So Vidura came. See, Jagannath Puri is such a mystical place that all the devatas also come in disguise, and great personalities come in disguise and stay there to serve Lord Jagannath. That is mentioned, and it is very stunning to see how even very great personalities, they come like a mendicant, and we may think that they are just some normal beggars. So that's why in Holy Dham we should not underestimate anybody. It could be a beggar, it could be an animal, it could be a tree, but we should not underestimate any species in a Holy Dham, because that beggar could be a devata coming in the disguise as a beggar to come and serve the Lord. Or the tree could be a great sadhu who has taken the form of a tree. That's why in the Holy Dham we should give up all those speculative mind. We should leave our speculation, and we should go with a very open mind and with the respect, seeing every single thing in relation with Krishna. Otherwise we will offend anybody, and we may lose bhakti. So that is why it's very, very important when we go to the holy places, we should be very careful not to offend anybody and give respect to everybody, because we don't know who is coming in which form. And in Lord Jagannath's pastimes, if we read, very interesting to see, very, very great personalities come down like a beggar and then serve the Lord Jagannath. Like, it is mentioned that Vibhishana, he comes down to serve Lord Jagannath. Vidura, he comes down to serve Jagannath. So Vidura also came down, and he put one small kutir near Jagannath Puri temple. And every day he was making the same broken rice. He remembered, when Krishna came, that time I was offering this So I will offer this simple thing, for the Lord's pleasure. So he was making this broken rice and this thing and offering. He had a small cooter and he put the the form of the Lord, and then he was offering. And in Jagannath Puri, there is a tradition and custom. How to know that the Lord has accepted the offering or not? So what they do is that when the Bhoga offering is coming, when the Pujari, when the Panda, when he's telling the mantras, he will take water in the palm, and when he chants a mantra, he should be able to see the reflection of Lord Jagannath, the Jagannath's form in the palm, in the water. If he's not able to see the form of the Lord, that means the Lord has not, accepted the offering. So if the form of the Lord is there, then they will take that water and sprinkle on all the Bhoga offerings. That means the Lord is ready to take the offering. But if the form of the Lord is not coming on the water, that means the Lord is not pleased with them. Something is wrong with the offering, and what they do, they will discard that offering, And what happened was, now all the wonderful Bhoga is made, and they are reciting the mantra, and they are looking, okay, let's see what is happening, but the Lord's form is not coming. And it's not happening 1 day, 2 days. It is not happening at all. So in the meantime, what happened? The Pandas and the Put, they all became very upset. Oh, what happened? Lord Jagannath is not eating. And at the same time, there was another devotee, very, very, very dear to Lord Jagannath. He was staying also very close to Jagannath temple, and every day he had a vow that he will only eat Jagannath's Mahaprasad. He will not eat any foodstuff from outside. So now what happened? Jagannath is not accepting any offering. So no Mahaprasad. So this devotee has got nothing to eat. It is not 1 day, it is not 2 days, it is not 3 days, it is continuing. And this devotee is not eating anything, and he's becoming weak and weak and weak. So then Jagannath became very concerned about this devotee. And he thought, okay, I will reveal to this devotee why I am not, accepting the offering in the temple. So he came in the dream of the devotee, and he showed that he is going to this kutir, which is near the temple, and where Vidura is personally, coming and making this one, broken rice cake and offering to him. And the Lord is sitting there and eating. So he don't want to go and eat in the temple. So when this devotee saw this dream, he ran, to that kutter, and he himself saw Vidura is offering that broken rice, and the Lord is relishing. The Lord gave that blessing for him to see that. Immediately he ran to the king, and he said, why Lord Jagannath is not eating? Because this offering is going on. You please also offer a broken rice cake for the Lord. So the next day they made an offering and then offered to the Lord. Then the Lord accepted that offering, and the king became so pleased, and he wanted to take darshan of Vidura. So he came running to see, but by the time Vidura disappeared. Then later, that kutir where Vidura was actually staying and serving, that was handed over to this poor devotee who didn't have any place and who was only sustaining with Lord Jagannath Prasad. The king made orders for him to stay in the kutir, and lifelong, without any worries, he can serve Lord Jagannath. So we see how the Lord, he is not seeing what opulent offering, but he is seeing the devotion and love in which that offering is made. And when it is not offered with that love and devotion, or when a devotee is offering with and runs towards that place. So Lord Jagannath can be pulled very easily. Anyone and everyone can attract Lord Jagannath very easily just by their loving devotion. Just for a broken, externally seeing, it looks like a broken rice cake. Lord Jagannath left the opulent Chapana Bhoga. Chapana Bhoga is a full, rich, opulent, offering. But the Lord forsake that offering to take this broken rice cake, because it was offered with so much, to reciprocate to the love of Vidura, because he has come all the way. My Lord, I also want to serve you. At least few days, let me come and serve you in your form as Lord Jagannath. And for that, the Lord reciprocated, left the temple and came and, took the offering from Vidura's hand. So amazing. So that is Lord Jagannath's love. And we see that many pastimes also, how he reciprocates to the love of his devotees so instantly. And no age is a bar, no caste, no creed, no qualification, no education, nothing stands when it comes to love. Anyone who has this precious product, love, the Lord is ready to go behind that person. So that is this very beautiful pastime shows. And this very pastime also, one interesting thing I wanted to say was, and how the Lord reads our mind, sees our heart, even though it is full of fault. The Lord, tells something very interesting. So recently, what happened? This last Sunday. Sunday means yesterday. Yesterday we went to temple, and in the temple we were offering all the prayers and everything. And I saw Lord Jagannath's nose ring fell down. When we were offering prayers, the nose ring fell down. So when I saw that, I was just remembering, oh, I have read somewhere that when anything falls from Lord Jagannath, it's very auspicious. But then I could see that I don't know for whom he's reciprocating or for what he's reciprocating. Okay, anyway, I saw that nose ring fell down. So then I left it. And then I was thinking that, and it went out of my head. And then evening I came, and then we had all the programs and everything. And then, devotees were offering wonderful offerings. In the night, I picked up the book, Jagannath's pastime book, and I just opened randomly one page. And I was stunned to read that. When I opened that page, let me read. I was really stunned. Rather than I explain, I'll just read what I read. I was thinking that, see how the Lord, full of fault, full of this thing, but yet how he actually, relates to us. That is something very, very interesting to actually he is giving us this, he's always encouraging us. Okay, don't worry, you are full of fault, but I can still love you. So I'll just read this. I just opened like this, and then I read this one. In Jagannath temple, there is special ritual performed every night after the deities are put to rest, and temple doors are closed. According to this ritual, if any paraphernalia means like cloth, ornaments, or peacock feathers, falls from the deity, then that particular object will be brought to the king the next morning and offered to him with great respect. This is regarded as very auspicious for the king and his kingdom. So when I read that, it touched my heart. And then in that pastime, very beautifully it mentioned that how, see, the devotees were so much of love. So what happened was, that time there was a king. The king was actually playing the dice game, and he was so absorbed in playing this dice game. And the sevakas of Lord Jagannath from the temple, they brought one sari cloth fell down from Lord Jagannath. So the sevakas brought that cloth to give to the king. But the king was so absorbed playing the game, he did not give respect to the sevakas. He extended his left hand and got that maha cloth, and then he kept it on the floor, and he was busy playing. And after he finished playing the dice, then he realized, oh my God, what a mistake I have done. This is Lord Jagannath's maha cloth. Is it the way that you extend your left hand to receive it? What an insult. And you kept it on the floor. Is it so important, this dice game? How I got illusioned. The king was cursing himself. And the king thought, this is a great mistake. I have made a very, very big offense to Lord Jagannath. So the king planned something, and he called the minister, and he said to the minister, my dear minister, I am not able to sleep properly nowadays. I think some ghost is coming, in my room, and it's disturbing me so much. So do something for that. And then immediately the minister said, don't worry, my dear king, I will call all the tantrics and we will see which ghost is coming and, disturbing you. So then he called all the tantrics and they did some mantras and all that. And then the next day, the minister asked, oh, my dear king, did you have a good sleep? And then the king said, no, the ghost was still there. I could see his hands were extending through the window and was disturbing me. And then the minister said, my dear king, do not worry. Today I will stay in your room and you stay somewhere else. And I will sort out. I have a sword in my hand and I will, chop off this hand of whoever, it is. And then the king felt very happy. And then what happened? The hand, extended in the midnight, the hand extended through the window of the king, the king's bedroom. And then immediately this minister chopped off that, hand. And then he took that hand the next day very happily. He ran, to show that, king chopped the hand to the king. And then the king said that, oh, thank you very much. But then he later realized the king did not have a hand, left hand. Then he felt so bad that he has chopped off the king's hand. And he was crying, and then, my dear king, please forgive me. And the king was trying to pacify him. But anyway, finally, he took that king's left hand, and then he went to the, Jagannath has got a very beautiful garden called Jagannath Vallabh Garden. And this garden, they grow special flowers, and these flowers are taken and offered to Lord Jagannath. So there he buried this hand. And then, later what happened, according to the rule of Jagannath Puri, anyone who has got any, blindness, or if their body has got any, any limbs are missing, or any bodily, this thing is there, then they cannot serve the Lord. Like any sickness, like tuberculosis, leprosy, like that, they cannot go and do personal service for the Lord, because the king now lost his left hand. He lost that opportunity to do personal seva for the Lord. So the king was feeling so morose, and he thought, okay, let me go to Jagannath Vallabha Garden, pick some flowers, and I will make a, at least a garland, and I will send through someone for Lord Jagannath. Okay, so he went to the garden and he could smell something so fragrant. Where is this fragrance coming from? And it is a very special fragrance, which is like a, kind of, he could smell it, in the entire garden. And he could see a very special plant is growing, and which he has not seen before. And that plant is actually emanating all this wonderful fragrance. So he immediately called the gardener. Oh, what is this plant all about, and where it is, suddenly it has come. The gardener said, I don't know. I'm seeing this new plant is coming up and it is full of fragrance. So then the king said, you please make sure that you are protecting this plant very nicely. Later, we will pluck these flowers and offer to Lord Jagannath. So the gardener was safeguarding this plant very nicely, but he could see after a few days, the king, when he came, many, the plant has become short because someone has chopped off something and have taken. So he got so upset. I told you specially that, you should really take care of this, but I can see that, this also for this negligence of service, you will be now hanged. Oh, the gardener became very disturbed. He was praying to Lord Jagannath, my dear Lord, I did not do anything. I was just doing your service. But if you want to punish me, it's up to you, So like that, he was praying to Lord Jagannath. And then immediately Lord Jagannath came in the, dream of this, person, the king, that, this, my dear king, this plant is not a normal plant. This is actually your hand where it was buried. The plant is coming from that place. And you are a great devotee of mine. Your love and devotion, this plant has got so much of fragrance. So, and I love to, keep the plant with me. That is the reason I am personally, myself and Balram, we are coming and plucking this plant and going every day. And this plant will be called as Dayana. Dayana means mercy. And this gardener will be called as a Dayana Mali. And he is also my devotee. So please do not give him punishment. Release him. And every year, this particular Tithi, which is coming in the month of March, April, a special Chaturdasi Tithi, you should, do a great celebration of me scaling this Dayana plant. Me and Balaram, you should celebrate this as a great festival. And then the king becomes very happy. And then the Lord also will say, do not worry, your hand will be restored and you will be able to do personal seva for me. And when the king woke up, from the dream, he got his left hand already. That is the wonderful thing, that immediately the king was blessed with the hand, and he could do service, and he released at Dayana Mali. And then every year they do this. When we went to Jagannath Puri, they showed this place where this Dayana plant, where this pastime happened, and every year they enact this pastime in this particular place. So such the Lord, how he reciprocates to the love of his devotees, and how even the plant which is coming from is the body of that the hand of the king is so dear to the Lord. How everything is related, connected to his devotees, so dear to the Lord. Just like Mahaprabhu says, my dear Shivas, anyone, including your maid servants, the cats, the dogs, all the animals which is in your house are very dear to me. So such is the mercy, such is the love of Lord. And especially in the form of Jagannath, is very, very reciprocated, very reciprocated. So, and he answers quickly in some way or other. Something crosses your head, he will give you, what it is. So very, very forgiving. I should say, use the word forgiving, extremely forgiving, and extremely loving. That is the Lord. So we really thank all the devotees, heartfelt thanks, all glories to all your service. It's such, I could see that everyone, it's not like a duty coming and offering, but everyone coming to see Jagannath with so much of love, so much of wonderful offerings. I saw one devotee made a beautiful embroidery, happy anniversary with the Jagannath face, Balaram face, Subhadra face. I think it's made by Subhadra Mataji, Kartik Prabhu's wife, with a cloth embroidery, very nicely made. And one devotee, he's not there for a very long time. He recently started coming. He made a very beautiful thing called Jagannath house, made with the wires. In the wire, he made a very beautiful hand. He and his wife has made that hanging with lights on, saying Jagannath house. So like that, devotees, so much love, so many offerings I could see, singing for the Lord, offering for the Lord. It was really amazing. Even I don't know whether if we take a hall and celebrate it, it's more than a celebration. So much of outpouring of love for Lord Jagannath. Certainly the Lord would be pleased with all your wonderful offerings. We can only say thanks. Yes, and the Lord reciprocates in his own way to all the wonderful, loving, service what you all have done. So all glories to all your service. We really thank. And we all know that now this weekend, Makara Sankranti is coming, a very auspicious day. It's Uttarayanam, there is a Dakshinayinam and Uttarayanam. The sun enters the Makara Rasi. That is Uttarayanam, which is considered as an auspicious time. Bhishma Dev also waited for that auspicious time to leave the body. Srila Prabhupada mentions that, of course, the devotee doesn't have to see an auspicious time, because his tongue is always, decorated with the holy name of the Lord. Doesn't matter whether it is a Uttarayanam or a Dakshinayinam, it's auspicious or an inauspicious place, it's a day or it's a night. No need to worry. Because a devotee, as long as he remembers the Lord and he utters the holy name of the Lord, whichever time he passes from this world, he will go back to the spiritual world. But of course, as per the scriptures, there are certain periods recognized as an auspicious time. So in that sense, the Suktarayana Punya Kalam is considered as a very auspicious time. All the, homa, sacrifice, yajnas, all these auspicious things are done during this time. So it's very, very auspicious. And it's also a harvest season. People thank the sun god, people thank the Lord for all. Even though the sun is actually, we say that Surya, it is, in the, say this sun and the moon are the eyes of the Lord. And we say Surya Narayana, actually it is Vishnu himself. So from him emanated, because without light, nothing can happen. So this is an opportunity to again thank the Lord. These are all the occasions again and again. It actually brings us to this point. Externally, that could be many reasons: eating, offering, people dressing up, showing joy. Yeah, all are there. But the essence is that these are all the special days where one has to really remember the Lord and be grateful for all that He has given. So this is this auspicious day of Makara Sankranti. So many things happen. Even Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took, sannyas, in Makara Sankranti. Ganga Sagar, Mela happens, this auspicious day. So many big list of auspicious things happens on this very special day. So we all can take advantage by, taking something, in our life. Okay, what is this a new day? What is a new service I'm going to do? Or what is a new seva I can offer to the Lord or to the spiritual master or to the Vaishnavas? Or what is that I can improve upon? So that's the mood a devotee actually sees. And in that way only we can actually improve. If it just only ends up in making just a celebration, then we may not be able to much get out of it. So these are the special days. We should do something very special because it's an auspicious day. So people who want to set up a nice altar, very nice. This is a very auspicious tithi, setting up an altar on the day, starting a new worship. So all this day and increasing chanting rounds, doing, okay, I have never done a Mangalarti or any artis. Now on this day, I'm going to start the artis for the Lord. At least one arti I'm going to start. Oh, I've never done the offerings. Okay, this is the day I'm going to start the offering for the Lord. So these are all the special things we can do. Because I don't have to tell you the pastimes and everything, because of course the time is not there at convent. You can hear hundreds of lectures of best speakers. You can listen the stories. But I'm just telling this essence is that these are the special days. So we have few more days left. So we can think, what is it I'm going to do? What is the special thing I'm going to start? Because it's an auspicious day. So let us all think of something on this auspicious day, what we want to do, how I can reciprocate to the Lord. Like today's class is all about that. How can I reciprocate to the Lord? So we can see how we can reciprocate to the Lord and think of those things and start something which is on that day, which is very significant day, very special day. We can do something. So I'll stop here and thank you very much again for all your wonderful service. Is so pleasant. This 3-day festival is still ringing in the ears. I mean, all those wonderful offerings, what we saw. Jagannath also very happy looking, so nice. So yeah, very wonderful. So thank you again. I think today we have some birthdays. I can remember some birthdays from my head. And I saw some names also. If they are here, we will call them out. Otherwise, we will offer prayers for them. Is Madhavi Manjurupa Mataji is here? Madhavi Manjurupa Mataji from Ekachakra.
Hare Krishna Mataji, yes, she's here.
Huh? Yes,
She's here.
Jai Hari Bol. Yes, wonderful to see. And today, Dhanalakshmi Mataji, you are there as well?
No, Mataji is not here, Mataji.
Not there. Okay. So Madhavi Manjurupa Mataji, like to see you if possible in the video. If not, no problem.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Will you be able to come in the video?
Yeah, 1 minute, I'm coming in.
Yeah. Okay. So Madhavi, Is there anybody else here from Ekachakra?
Litan Prabhu is there. Mataji.
Oh, Litan Prabhu. Prabhu, can you say a few words about Madhavi Manjurupa Mataji and Sachi Sutta Prabhu? Are you there? Or I can say. They both have been serving, the community for a very long time. In fact, I would say that Mataji is a very good cook, amazing cook. All traditional items, she's an expert. And I'm not saying Arvind Prabhu's mouth, she got that special, compliment. So you can understand she should be really a good cook. And her loving offerings, very wonderful mood. Born in a devotee family, a father is an initiated devotee, cousin, my brothers are also devotees. So she's so blessed. And her mood is always to give Krishna consciousness. Even when she was sick and she was in the hospital, underwent a surgery, she actually distributed books and try to connect devotees. She talks even a few words very appealing and very attractive for any newcomers to connect to Krishna consciousness. She is an asset. She and Prabhu, both of them, very wonderful devotees. Though there are many challenges they facing in their life, but they are very still holding on to very with all faith and love. They are continuing their service. So certainly Krishna will remove all the obstacles and you will be able to progress more and more. That is our prayer. And they have got a beautiful daughter, Madhur Leela. So yeah, thank you, Mataji, for all your wonderful service. We want all of you to pray for her good health. And please pray that their obstacles in their life are removed and they can progress further for their material spiritual well-being. So that's our prayer. Yes, I can see Madhur Leela also. Madhavi Manjurupa Mataji and Sati Sutta Prabhu. Jai Hari Hari Bol. Very nice. So we will just I don't know, the cake
Please
cutting has
bless
already...
me, Mataji, then I can serve Vaishnava and Guru and Gauranga.
You're already blessed, Mataji, blessed. So we will ask the devotees' prayers. That is the most important thing, right? That's the greatest blessing we can have in our life. So we all can chant 3 times Hare Krishna mantra. We humbly request all the devotees, please from your heart offer 3 times prayers so that Krishna showers his mercy and they can progress forward and they can give Krishna consciousness to many more people. So let them happy, healthy, long Krishna conscious life in the blissful service of Guru, Gauranga and Vaishnavas. Yes, okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Rama Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama,
Rama,
Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hari Bol. Thank you for all your service. I saw Jan 10 in the morning. I remembered you straight away. Yes, today is Madhavi Manjurupa Mataji's birthday. Hari Hari Bol. Chai. Yes. So
Thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hari Bol. Thank you, Sachi Sutta Prabhu. Thank you, Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Okay, we could see today's Gyanendra Prabhu's daughter's birthday as well. Prabhu has sent a message. Please bless my daughter. So all of us can chant. Prabhu, put your daughter's name, please. So Gyanendra Prabhu has recently come. He's from Jagannath Puri Dham. Hari Bol. So Prabhu has come for for on-site short-term project. And in the short term, he met the devotees very interestingly, and chanting 16 rounds and doing seva and everything. Prabhu, daughter's name, please tell us.
Tanishka Mataji.
Tanishka.
Yes.
Okay.
Mataji.
Let us pray for Tanishka 3 times Hare Krishna mantra for Tanishka. And also today is Dhanalakshmi Mataji's birthday. She is also a very nice devotee. Serving. I heard she's serving from Byron Bhakti Vriksha. So let's pray for both of them. They are not here, but we can offer our prayers for the Lord to bless both of them, for a blissful Krishna conscious life. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama.
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jai Hari Bol. So thank you all for your prayers, and certainly that is very wonderful. Just quickly we show Jagannath darshan. Prabhu, is there any announcements in the meantime?
Yes, Mataji. So we have one important announcement for all the devotees. We had a meeting with the digital team on 3rd of January, and we have to identify the potential IT skills and digital skills devotee in our congregation who can help us in achieving our digital goals. So there are just 2 simple sheets they are asking to fill, like which technology you work, can you devote 1 or 2 hours per week in devotional service. Like we are trying to make a website for East London BV. We have everything here and there on WhatsApp or share drive, but we don't have single point of website for ELBV. So we are working on that. So we seeking help from each of IT, digital, whatever. If you have media knowledge or anything, you can help here. So I have passed this message in our outreach and leader group, and from there each Bhakti Vriksha leader has to take care and ask their BV members to fill this form by tomorrow end of day. So this is very, very important. And second thing is that we have to also identify Facebook and WhatsApp group ambassadors. You might be members of so many WhatsApp group, important WhatsApp group like Tamil group, Telugu group, Gujarati group. And when we have some event, we are lacking of persons who can publish our event into their group. So we are looking for that some kind of help there. So please help here to digital team. And digital team is nothing. They have not been onboarded from somewhere. We are among us, some devotees in this call, they are already part of digital team. So it's nothing that they have a special qualification or a special thing. They have to desire serve. You are getting money for doing Java code, 100 line of code, you are getting money. That is physical thing. But if you write 20 lines of code for ELBV, that is immortal, and it will be always used for and remembered. So please help here. I know 60%, 70% people in this group are IT person, and they can help. I think at least 1 or 2 hours is nothing big task for them to help here. Hare Krishna. And we have Mangala Aarti also, not Mangala Aarti, Zoom Japa Marathon on 15th of January. So I will request everyone to come and join this. And now I can see Jagannath. Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadrama. Oh, after anniversary, they look very high definition. Not Swami Nayan Prathama. Let's take blessings from Jagannath and all Panchatattva. Those who couldn't go to the Jagannath house, they can take the blessing from Zoom.
Hari Bol, Jai, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Rani Sudarshan Chakra. Jai, Panchatattva ki Jai. This is the one we were. This is the one I was talking about.
Oh, wow. Haribo.
I'll show you the other one.
So has some devotee has created Mataji?
Show. This one.
Wow. Jagannath house. Wow. Brilliant idea.
Okay.
Jai Jagannath. Jai
Soon, on 15th, isn't it, Prabhu?
Yes, 15th. Yes.
Jai Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hari Bol.
Thank you all devotees for joining today's CC class. Let's meet on Japa Marathon weekend.
Thank you, everyone. Haribol.